All right, everybody, Opendoor Technology. We had a great day today. We held strong. We did not go below $4. Like it was teasing to go below $4 yesterday, and it didn't happen. We held strong end of day yesterday, and today we held strong, and we stayed above $4 and went higher. We had a good data report and a decent housing report today, and what's going to happen next. Today, I'm going to show you the chart for Opendoor, what could happen next, and I have about 3 or 4 websites I'm going to show you that can possibly predict what will happen for Opendoor in the future and how high it may go. Check out this chart first. All right, real quick, here's a weekly chart, and I'm not going to show too much of this chart because it's not much to see. Can't really see details about what's going on with the price action on this weekly chart. It's the same thing, red candle for the week, but it's looking kind of strong. It's not like this one right here. It looks much stronger than this one. All right, the daily chart shows a huge sell-off from yesterday, and today we have a doji candle right between the 450 and the 408. But we held the $4. That's the main goal today. Hold $4. Don't go below $4. That's what we want to see, and we want to see is a continuation of this candle and go a little higher. And our resistance is going to be 450. That's the short-term resistance is $4.50. That's why in the after hours we're at $4.45 because there's some resistance at 450. We break 450, next one's going to be 475. We break 475, $5.07. Then $5.36 for the resistance. Here's the hourly chart. The hourly chart looks good. This is what I wanted to show you. We traded pretty much within these two blue horizontal lines right here, 420 and 450. We never really went below too much, 420. Every time we did, came right back up. This candle right here, we went below 420, came up again. Went below 420, came up again. It tried to go below 420 again, came right back up. Over and over again, we held at $4.20. That's huge. That's huge because now that $4.20 could be the new support for Opendoor. So instead of $4 support, 420 could be the new support, $4.20. Between $4.20 and $4.25 could be the new support. So that's real good. That's what you want to look at. The support going higher and higher. So 420 support, and then what? Next support, can we get, let's see, 435. That's our next support we want to hold. All right, on the 30-minute chart, as you can see, the $4.50 resistance right here, and it comes back, and it goes back from here, all the way back into this area this day when we sold off. We tried to break 450 multiple times. 1, 2, 3. 3 times we tried to break 450 on this day, August 27th. We couldn't do it. Even today, we tried to go to 450. Couldn't do it. 440. We went to 444. Went back down again. And that's where we're at now after hours. So we're kind of testing our high today, which was 444. And that's where we're at now. At the moment, we actually broke our high from today. And after hours, we're up 4%. That's really good. Now I want to show you a couple articles that I found that's interesting. And the last article I'm going to show you is an article where we're going to make another huge pump. All right, this article says why Opendoor Technology stock is soaring today. Well, 3 key points. It followed after 2 days of sell-off, bounding higher in today's trading. Opendoor has been volatile lately, but the stock may be getting a boost from stronger than expected U.S. GDP data, which we got today. Also, a recent feature on CNBC, Mad Money, and you know about Jim Cramer. A lot of people like to do the inverse of Jim Cramer. So if Jim Cramer says, oh, Opendoor looks horrible, a lot of people say, okay, time to buy. It happens a lot. A lot of times when Jim Cramer promotes a stock, it starts to fall. Every time he says a stock is not good, it starts to go up. So could that be a reason why we went up today? Maybe a little bit of reason. I don't know. But, the U.S. GDP data was pretty much a factor. And also, we had 2 selling days for Opendoor. So, it's about time for it to come up a little bit. And how does the GDP growth affect Opendoor? It says, while the real estate market has been seeing some mixed indicators lately, stronger GDP growth could help support home sales and create a more favorable operating backdrop for Opendoor. So when the GDP increases, that's good for Opendoor as well. And real fast in this article, the 10-year fixed rate mortgage is currently at a 10-month low of 6.56, down from 6.58 last week. That could provide a helping hand to home buyers who face elevated rates since 2022. So that's pretty good news as well. Now let's look at the short data for Opendoor. August 15th You might not be able to see it, but August 15th, short interest 155 million, shares float 642 million, average daily volume 198 million, and the short float for Opendoor is 24%. Short ratio 0.78. But this is data from August 15th, and the next data we receive will be on August 31st. So that could be a catalyst for Opendoor as well after the new data comes out for Opendoor. So we want to watch out for August 31st, the days following August 31st. Now, lastly, on this article, this is about the Fed interest rate cut in September. So the Federal Reserve is scheduled to announce its interest rate decision on September 17, 2025, following its September 16, 17th meeting, with strong market expectations for a quarter-point rate cut at this meeting. The Fed chair will hold a press conference after announcement to discuss the decision. So remember these details because it's going to affect Opendoor. The meeting dates is September 16th through the 17th. Fed Chair Jerome Powell will hold a press conference at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on September 17, 2025. So the market expects an interest rate cut, quarter point, but is it priced in? That's the question. I think the interest rate cut is somewhat priced in. If I had to guess, I would say about 50 to 60% of the interest rate cut is priced in already. Because a lot of people are saying that, okay, it's pretty much evident that he's going to do an interest rate cut, but it's not guaranteed. So I think following up to that interest rate announcement and when he announces it, I think the stock market might have a little bit of rally right there, only because I don't think it's all the way priced in. So if that's true, here's the calendar. These dates may also be important for Opendoor Technology. The announcement is September 17th, which is going to be a Wednesday. And so September 15th and the 16th, I think will be very important for Opendoor. Maybe even September 12th. So September 12th, 15th, and 16th is going to be pretty important for Opendoor. I don't know for sure, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the volume in Opendoor and see how much buys and sells are coming into the stock, leading up to the interest rate decision, because that's going to tell a lot. That's how I make my decision on a lot of things in the stock market. If I had to say percent, I would have to say maybe 60 to 75% of my decision on when to buy, when to sell, is based on volume. And volume in a stock is even more important than news, because a lot of times news will come after the buying volume. Because a lot of people in the inside have the news before it gets released to the public. So if you start to see an increase in volume before the news comes out and it looks kind of positive, a lot of times that's them loading up because they know the news is going to be positive, so they're loading up before we even have the news. That's why volume is very key. News is good, but it's delayed. Volume, once you see that volume coming in, you're going to be like, hold on, something not right. The average daily volume for this stock is 3 million, but now we're getting 5 million, 7 million, 10 million. How come? That's what you have to ask yourself. How come our average daily volume is 3 million, but now we're getting 7 million, 10 million, 15 million on no news? On no news at all, no catalyst. So something's up. That's why volume is key. So yeah, one more quick look at the after hours. Still 444, 445. All right, so remember the resistance 450, 475. Today's support was at 420. But if we're going to start trending up, we want to move that support higher. So the support that we want now is going to be at 430, 435. That's the support we want now. But we do have a short term, but we do have a support at 420 currently because of how Opendoor traded today. It traded pretty well. So 420 support and then 430, 435 support. That's what we want now. So, if we break that 450, the support is going to keep moving up. And that's going to be crucial on, how strong Opendoor is. And are we consolidating? Right now, it seems like we're consolidating. Here's the sell-off candlestick right here. So what you want Opendoor to do is you kind of want to trade within this red candlestick right here. We want to trade within, not below it, but right in the middle to a lower area. So if we can trade between 405 or 420, which is possibly our new support. So that would mean if we can trade between 420 and I would say 475. That's going to show Opendoor strength, because while we're trading sideways, the technical indicators down here, the MACD and RSI, those are going to start resetting. Those are going to start coming down a little bit, but the price is not coming down. Those are going to start resetting, and the price is going to stay within the 420, 475 area. It'll be about that time again for another Opendoor pump, and that's my opinion, because what? It happened before, right? It happened here, and now we need a few days right here trading. Right here. For a few days maybe, or sometime next week, we go ahead and break this $5, 535, and then at 587. Once you break that $5 and $6 this time, that's where we're going to hold up at. And we consolidate again. That's a healthy stock. That would be a healthy stock. Not a stock that pumps up from $1 to $7, and then 2 days later, we're back at $1.50 again. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. You don't want a stock like that. You want a stock that goes up, consolidate, goes up, consolidate, goes up, consolidate over and over and over again. That's what you want. But once we are done consolidating, or we get some kind of catalyst, either or, we don't have to consolidate this long. This was about 2 weeks of consolidation right here. We don't have to consolidate it long. It just depends if we get a catalyst or not. Anything can happen. If we get a catalyst, we can move up, or we need to consolidate. Either or. One of those two things got to happen before we can go up again. But here's the big question. Where will we go once we are done consolidating, or we get a catalyst? Let's check out maybe the weekly. Let's see the weekly chart. Maybe we can see the monthly. All right, yeah. So the monthly chart, it will show the next resistance for the next pump. The next resistance for the next pump, it looks like it's around 730 to 875. So that's what we're looking at. Some people say $10, $15, $20. We'll get there. I think we'll get there in due time. That's my opinion. I think we'll get there in due time. But for our next pump, if it follows the same pattern, it looks like around that area. 735 to 850 area. Around that area. 735 to 850 for the next pump. And that's what? We're at $4.45 now. Going to $7 to $8, that's huge. That's huge. And if it follows the same pattern, and if it pumps up to $7.50 to $8 again, same thing. Come down, consolidate. And if it does do that, a new consolidation area will be around the $6 area. So that's a breakdown. That's a breakdown of Opendoor. I said a lot, but a lot of information that's crucial to know if you're investing a lot of money in a stock. You got to break it down like that. If you're investing thousands of dollars in a stock, you want to know everything, because that's your money. You don't want to just throw your money away on anything. That's your money. You don't want to throw your money away just randomly buying a stock. People who are saying Opendoor is just a meme stock, just a meme stock. Meme stocks don't trade like this. See that? Meme stocks don't trade like this. I've been in the stock market for almost 16 years now. I've never seen a meme stock trade like this before. This is healthy trading right here. Up, consolidate right here, up again. That's healthy trading. If you want to see a meme stock, that's called pump and dump. And it goes up, come back down. Then it goes up, then come back down. And that's it. It'll come down, it'll stay like that for maybe years until they pump up again and do the same pattern again. Up, down, and stay there, flat line for another 3 or 4 years. But I don't see Opendoor doing that right now. I don't see it. I see it going up and consolidating. I see it up and consolidating. And the volume is decent, But 300 million yesterday, 218 million today. Another clue to know that this is not just a meme stock. Sometimes in meme stocks, you'll have maybe a 300, 400, 500 million day, and the next day, maybe like 70 million. Then 50 million, 30 million. The volume just dies off. The volume just disappears, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, 500 million again. Then it slowly disappears again. Opendoor, we seeing a lot of volume every single day. 400, 300, 200, 200, 600, 700, 486, 300, and then today, 218 million. 218 million is kind of low, but we finished green. So that means there was more buying than selling. Even though the volume was low, that means the selling is starting to slow down, and the bulls are starting to win again. You can just look at the times and sales. There's a lot of green. Look all this green over here in times and sales. 2,000 shares, 1,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 900 shares. It's a lot more green than red over here in the times and sales. So this could be a beginning for Opendoor to move higher right here. But we have to break that 450 right here. We need to break this 450, then break this 475. That's what we need to do. After you break 475, $5.07. Got to break it. If we break $5 again, I think we're going to start getting a lot more attention again. You know, retail traders may start coming back again. They may say, oh, I think Opendoor may pump again. Let me buy some shares. And also, institutional investors, if they see a stock trading like this, you know, showing that it has strength and not just a pump and dump, they may say, oh, maybe I should start buying some. So, you know, that's how it works. When a stock shows strength and less volatility, that, you know, if it does go down, it will recover. I will say this, the MACD is improving. If you can see all these green bars right here, that's a lot of buying. That's a lot of buying on a day that trades sideways. So even though you have these red candles right here, these green bars are more important than these red candles. It means that even though they were selling, the bulls won. The buyers beat out the bulls. So if it's trading intraday, you see these two red candles, you might panic. You might panic. But if you know about MACD, you see these green bars right here, like, oh, it's all good. We're good. You know. And we're trading sideways. We're holding support. Then once you have this knowledge about MACD, volume, and holding support, you'll have more confidence to not get scared and sell. The RSI is above 50 now. That's good. Good sign. RSI is above 50 on an hourly. That's very good. And the after hours look good. So, yeah, today was a decent day. Today was a great day to me. Up 4% still. So, yeah. I'm hoping tomorrow we break that 450, 475. That'd be great. We do have some data reports coming out tomorrow, and the data reports are good. I think that 450, 475 could get broken if the data reports are good. I know a lot of people are asking that question. Can we break $5 tomorrow? Can we? If the data reports are decent or good, better than expected, that 450, 475 may get broken and we could test that $5. But it depends on the data reports. Since Opendoor is not, you know, reporting any news right now, we're going off data reports, economic data reports, and housing data reports. That's what we're going off of. So yeah, I know the video was longer than usual today, but it was a lot of information to cover. So join my Discord. Click on the link and you'll be right in the Opendoor community. We're starting to share a lot of good information in there in the Discord, and I think Opendoor is looking much, much better. And I'm on there 24 hours, so join the Discord and join the community. Take care.